Hello, greetings, and welcome back to Beer and 40K, where today we're looking at the Kill Team faction focus for the Astra Militarum, also known as the Imperial Guard. So I took a look at this yesterday, and the fact is I'm a teensy bit disappointed because of the fact that the individual Guard regiments are not individually represented. The fact is that the Death Corps of Krieg is not the Vestroyan Firstborn, and they're not the Cadians, and the Cadians are not the Mordians, and on and on and on it goes. Throughout the history of 40K, these Guard regiments have all had an individual flavor, and the fact is that I think GW missed an opportunity to have this reflected in the narrative and the tabletop portion of the game. We still don't have everything, however, so we just might get some of that in the end, in the final Kill Team rule set, or an expansion that comes in the future. But for now, your Guard regiment is just a vanilla Guard regiment, it seems like, and that's the way it's going to stay for the time being until a change is made. So let's take a look at what they are saying we do get for the Astra Militarum in games of Kill Team in 40K. It says, "Attention Guardsmen, for today's Kill Team focus we're looking at the brave troopers of the Astra Militarum, also known as the Guard, which are mortal soldiers of the Imperium armed with nothing more than lasguns, flak armor, and a massive helping of grit." Oh, fighting some pure strain gene stealers. Look at this. Ooh, sorry Guardsmen, you're not going to make it through this one. Boy, that's a lot of pure strain gene stealers against just a couple little guys there. Huh, I mean the stormtroopers are tough, but... Oh, I'm sorry, not stormtroopers anymore. Militarum Tempestus Scions. But no matter how tough they are, I don't think that they would survive against that many gene stealers. So, So it says, why play Astra Militarum? Well, there's strength in numbers. In Kill Team, the Astra Militarum can easily outnumber their foe with plenty of infantry. You'll be able to absorb losses to your squad that would be devastating to anybody else. Oh, so you get orders. I don't remember reading about this yesterday. Like in Warhammer 40,000, Guardsmen can be issued orders by your Kill Team leader that allows you to adapt your strategy, whether ensuring a heavy weapon hits or getting stuck in with close combat. Alright, another reason to play is that there's a galaxy of Guardsmen. This is the perfect opportunity to do that regiment you've always wanted to. With only a few models to build and paint, you can tackle anything from the Ventrilian Nobles to the Miasman Red Cowls, or a custom regiment of your own making. Yeah, that's true. Like I said, though, I just wish that the rules kind of would be able to reflect that just a little bit more than it just being a model on the tabletop playing the same rules as the guy next to you with a completely different Guard regiment. I also didn't see a way to be able to bring anything in terms of mechanization. I mean, I think it would be cool to have, for example, a tank crew, maybe 5 guys and a Leman Russ. You could play kind of like how that movie Fury was, you know, just a couple of guys and a tank. And you could role play, for example, being a tank crew that got stuck behind enemy lines and is trying to reunite with a larger force. And they're just making their way through. There's just 3 to 5 guys and a Leman Russ. And, you know, your guns can reach out and touch somebody and do a lot of damage, but if you get surrounded, that's it. And so you have to go out and post up around it and protect the tank. I think that would just be thematic, fun. I don't know. You let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think that there should have been maybe an allowance for one small piece of armor? For all we know, maybe that will come. Maybe that is in the rules already and we just haven't seen them. But for now, it doesn't look like we're able to. So here are the units that we're going to be able to use if you're into playing the Imperial Guard in Kill Team. First things first, we have the ubiquitous Guardsmen. The bulk of most Astra Militarum Kill Teams, individual Guardsmen might not be that tough, but they can quickly overwhelm foes through the weight of numbers. Yep, that's their fluff. You got a little Cadian there. Special Weapons Gunner. So these guys are your main source of firepower. What you arm them with is up to you, from short-range flamers to sharpshooting sniper rifles. Well, that's interesting. I wonder if they're going to make more models for that, because the models, the only thing that's been available for a long time is metal for anything like that. I guess you could, you know, scrounge up one of those really old, I think 3rd edition sculpt Ratlings and do something like that. You could also probably kit bash something Maybe mix in some parts from other armies, something like that. So that's cool. Special weapons gunner. And then the Tempestus Scion. Yeah, these guys really do have the fluff that fits for a kill team. It says, for those looking for a more elite option, Scions are more durable and more accurate than their kin, as well as having access to armor-piercing hot-shot lasguns. So you could basically make some Cadians, kit bash them up to look a little different than the others, and make a Corsican little kill team squad, and just use the Tempestus Scion rules. That would be awesome. You know, that they belong behind the enemy lines and all that, separated from everybody else, and that's just in the fluff. So good for GW, good on GW for putting that in, I should say. So that's it, guys. That's it so far that we're looking at for the units. Now let's look at the tactics. It's actually a really cool color scheme for the Tempestus Scions there. It says, get down. So the tactic here, remember tactics, when they say tactic, that means stratagem. If you're used to 8th edition, you'll know that with the stratagem system, you get points, you spend points to be able to game the system a tiny bit temporarily. So that's what they mean by tactics. And so the tactics here, you'll be getting, it looks like 1 per turn. And if you don't use it, it will accumulate into the next turn. So turn 1, you have 1 tactic that you can use. If you don't use that, turn 2, you'll have 2. But if you did use it in turn 1, you're still only going to have 1 on turn 2. So I hope that that's a good enough explanation for how I'm understanding it to be. So it says, get down. Astra Militarum tactic, use this in your opponent's turn in the shooting phase when they choose a model from your kill team as a target. Your model is and your model is obscured, so they can't see it to begin with. Attacks that target this model suffer an additional -1 penalty to their hit rolls. Yeah, you know, it's okay. It doesn't stand out to me as very strong. Guard are kind of disposable anyway. So you would be looking for a way to increase firepower or multiply damage, I would think, when you're looking at a kill team's stratagems or tactics, whatever they want to call them. I think for something like the Guard, you want to do a force multiplier and look for the ones that are going to take your small couple guys and make them do more for that turn, even if it means you have to save 1 turn without using a gimpier kind of a tactic like this one. So it is only 1 command point, but you're already obscured, you're already getting cover, and it's just an additional -1 penalty to their roll. It's okay, I guess. So cunning strategy. Oh, okay, so orders are invaluable to your Astra Militarum kill teams. Use this tactic to get the most of yours. So cunning strategy, use this tactic after your leader has issued an order. Your leader may immediately issue an additional order. That's good. That's great, especially if they have the shoot 2 times in 1 turn shenanigans kind of orders already, and then you put something like that on top. So shooting potentially a 3rd or a 4th time, that would just be great. Wow, we'll have to wait and see how that comes out and look at the rules next to this and get a better idea of how that's going to work on the tabletop. So 2 command points for that, but it does seem pretty strong if used in the right situation and against the right enemy and with the right person being targeted, all that good stuff. So when it says your leader, that's kind of cool because I'm thinking that the orders are going to be able to affect your entire kill team, if I'm interpreting that right. So your leader can issue a shoot again order, for example, and it could end up being that your entire army basically gets a double turn. That would be awesome. Definitely worth 2 command points there, if that's how it's going to end up being. So it says, getting started, there are no wrong answers when building an Astra Militarum kill team, but you really can't go wrong with a command squad set. Both a Catachan and Cadian set will give you a strong core. Yeah, if you can find them. I don't know if they still have much Catachan stuff around. I know they did a couple years ago, but I haven't seen them in shops for a little while. Might just be special order. You might have to get them online. But yeah, Catachans are cool. I think that they're starting to get a bit dated. The normal guys, these ones don't look too bad. But if you look at like the muscle on the guy with the mask on, it's just not very anatomically correct. But yeah, Catachans are awesome. They got cool fluff, you know. And I really like how the guy in the center is. I think that's the way to do catachans, like a flak vest with the bare arms and then the fatigues on. I think that looks pretty cool for catachans. So packed with special weapons, conversion bits, and all sorts of characterful components, it's the perfect place to start your kill team. Again, they're talking about those Commander box sets. So yeah, agreed. So what do you guys think of this? Do you kind of see the same things that I'm thinking? How do you feel about the fact that regiments are not going to be individually represented in Kill Team thus far as we know? For me, again, as I said, I think it was kind of a missed opportunity, but it's not the end of the world. This game might just end up being super good anyway, and with the amount of orders and different kinds of tactics, aka stratagems, that you can use, you might be able to steer the fluff a little bit on the tabletop, hopefully. So that's it, guys, for this faction focus for the Imperial Guard. This has been Beernid 40K, and I think we get Tyranids soon, so excited for that. Stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already to stay up with all of this, and I'll be talking to you again soon. Take care, guys.